Hey Gridiron fans, buckle up and swipe that pretzel saw off your jerseys. Week 9 just took the NFL International planting pigskins on German soil for the first time ever. Get ready for some foot stomping, beer chugging, highlight reeling action that'll have you feeling like you've been blitzed straight into a Bavarian bash. In our first game, in a thrilling first ever NFL showdown in Frankfurt, the Kansas City Chiefs schnitzeled their way to a 21-14 victory over the Miami Dolphins. The wonderkind Mahomes dished out 2 touchdown passes while safety Brian Cook turned a fumble into a 59-yard blitzkrieg to the end zone, leaving the Dolphins' offense as lost as a tourist without a phrase book. Despite a near comeback, Miami's hopes crumbled like a stale pretzel when Tua fumbled a crucial snap, sealing a win that was satisfying as a hearty gulp of German beer. Prost to the Chiefs. Triumph in Deutschland. Next, we're off to Houston for the frickin' CJ Stroud show. In a remarkable display of rookie prowess, Stroud catapulted the Houston Texans to a thrilling 39-37 victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a record-breaking 470 passing yards and 5 touchdown throws, marking a historic day for the quarterback position. Despite the Buccaneers seizing a lead late in the fourth with a touchdown by Baker Mayfield, Stroud, demonstrating poise beyond his years, orchestrated a last-minute drive, capping it with a decisive touchdown pass to Tank Dell in the dying seconds. This triumph showcased Stroud's exceptional ability to command an offense, especially notable as the Texans surged ahead without key players, relying on Stroud's arm to carry them through to an electrifying win. Another quarterback was electrifying today too, as in Minnesota with Josh Dobbs. Who needs a practice week when you're Josh Dobbs? Just days after swapping Cardinal Red for Viking Purple, Dobbs marched into the game like he owned the joint, tossing touchdowns and sprinting for scores as if the playbook was his childhood comic book. When the Vikings found themselves in a pickle, down to the Falcons and with mere minutes to spare, Dobbs said, "Hold my Gallahorn," and engineered a comeback that was part Houdini, part Norse saga. With a 16-yard touchdown to Brandon Powell that ticked the clock down to 22 seconds, he might as well have been throwing lightning bolts borrowed from Thor. The Vikings might have lost their rookie QB to a concussion, but in Dobbs, they have a pseudo-scientist of the gridiron turned a potential loss into a 31-28 victory. The Falcons could only watch as Dobbs wrote his own Minnesota legend. Now let's go to Philly for the grudge match that is the Eagles and the Cowboys. In a game that solidified the Eagles as the NFC's top contender, Jalen Hurts showcased resilience and skill despite nursing an injured knee. Hurts' stellar performance with 207 passing yards, 2 aerial touchdowns, and a signature rushing score was pivotal in the Eagles' 28-23 triumph over the Dallas Cowboys. His ability to play through pain exemplified the grit that has become synonymous with Philadelphia's campaign. The Eagles' defense also shone brightly, particularly in a nail-biting finale where Darius Slay's tackle quashed the Cowboys' last-second comeback attempt, leaving the Eagles as the 1-8-1 team in the NFL, and leaving no doubt about their capability for another deep postseason run, even as the specter of Hurts' injury looms. And finally, the Las Vegas Raiders are under new management, and boy, are they feeling good. The Irish cannon, Aidan O'Connell, hit the jackpot in his debut, throwing for 209 yards and quarterbacking the Raiders to a 30-6 roll of the dice over the New York Giants. The Raiders' defense was a full house, sacking the Giants 8 times and shutting down any chance of a New York comeback. Josh Jacobs rushed for 2 touchdowns, almost hitting the 100-yard slot, as interim coach Antonio Pierce first game dealt the Giants a losing hand. It was a Vegas-style show of fortune with the Raiders cashing in a 24-point halftime lead, their largest payout since 2020. O'Connell seizing the quarterback reins proved Vegas always bets on the house as the Raiders upped the ante to 4-5 season record. There you have it, Week 9 in the NFL. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the Sportsnaut YouTube channel, and we'll talk to you next week.